second grade. Oh my goodness, was it not so fun yesterday to use that open number line to subtract these numbers? Well, we're gonna have some more practice today, but our numbers are gonna just be a little different. So be paying very close attention to that tens and that ones place today as we get to solving. We'll see what we notice as we go. Let's go ahead and get our target ready. I can subtract two-digit numbers using an open number line. So we're still using that open number line today, aren't we? Just like yesterday. And remember that open number line, if we look at our work from yesterday, that bigger number is going to start on this side. The smaller number is going to start here. We read a number line just like we read the words of a book. We start over here and we go that way. We start with our smaller numbers and we go to our bigger numbers, okay? Left to right. Same way we read is the way we write our numbers in order. So as we do our work today, I want us to pay really close attention to this work. We're subtracting. Again, that difference is that space between. So if I have a number like this and a number like this, my difference is the extras, right? That we were talking about way at the beginning of the year. And we actually saw that here with some of our work, especially with our adding, right? As our friends were solving this work yesterday, we were having our smaller number here and adding and finding that difference or that space between that number and then our larger number. And we did the same thing with that. So these same ways that we were doing yesterday, we're going to be putting to use today in our work. Just might look a little different. So we're going to start off finding the difference between 27 and 19. Again, always take a peek at that public record from the day before to give you some guidance in how you're going to solve your problems today. Finding the difference between 27 and 19. And yes, I want you to use your open number line. And I want you writing an equation to match that number line. You all might not all be subtracting, so let's go ahead and get started. All right. Ooh, where are you starting? And where is that on the number line where you're starting? All the way on that right side, okay? And are you going to be going to bigger numbers or smaller numbers? Smaller? And how many smaller are you going to go? Now, where is that number in your jumps? Why did you make this jump right here? Oh, it's getting to a 10. And then what did you do? Okay, and how many more do you need to take away to make sure you're taking away 19? Okay, so where's your 19 then in your number line? Okay, where is your 19 in your number line? Where's your 27? So then what is this big jump what do these jumps represent? That difference. Okay. And how did you know to make those jumps? What littler jumps did you make within that big jump? And why did you break those jumps up? Because you're trying to get to a 10. All right, friends, remember you can always pause us if you need some more time if you're at home. But we're going to jump right into this, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm hearing a lot of friends talking about breaking up their jumps, and I'm really excited to see what that looks like, okay? All right, go ahead and get us started. Use that number line again, using my lines to help me draw a nice straight number line. And where are you starting? 27, okay? And what are you doing when you're starting at 27? Are you going to be going to bigger numbers or smaller numbers? Why are you going to smaller numbers? Because you're taking away 19, okay? So when you take away 19, what does that look like? Why did you make a jump of 7 first? Because 27, take away 7 gets you to 20. It's that 10 as a friend, right? Okay. And then what did you do? Made a big jump of 10. All right. And where did you land when you made that big jump of 10? On 10. Okay. 20, take away 10 is 10. And what did you know to do next? All right, so you knew that 10 and 7 was 17. So you needed to, if you're taking away 19, you're going to go 18, 19, taking away 2 little jumps of 1. And when you take away 2 from 10, what do you have? Okay, so what equation did you write to match this work? And what's your unknown? That's your difference, okay? Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. Where's your 27 in your work? And where's your 19? Okay, now can I ask you, why did you make a jump of 7 and then you did 2 after that? Oh, why didn't we try to get to a 10 over here? We didn't have to regroup it. We didn't have to break it up, did we? Right, so I can't take away 9 from 27 very easily, can I? No, so I'm taking away a chunk, and then I can make smaller jumps to make that a little bit easier. Ooh, it's reminding me a little bit of our last time that we did our base 10 blocks together. I'm seeing some wiggle waggles, like, yeah, we remember that all too clearly. This is tricky stuff. Okay, so that's not how everybody did it. Give me a little thumbs up if you solved it this way. You started at 27 and you took away 19 and landed on 8. Okay, how many of you made a jump of 7 first? Okay, so about half of my friends who subtracted made that jump of 7 to find that friendly number first. So we're going to share some other strategies and see what this looks like as we keep solving. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. Where did you start, my love? Starting at 19. All right. And then what did you do? All right. So you're trying to get to 27. What are you thinking? Why can you not just make a big jump of 10? Oh, that'd be too much, right? It'd be 29. So what are you going to do? You're going to make a jump of 1. Okay. And where's that going to land you? 20. And then what are you going to do? You're trying to get to 27. You're going to jump 7 more to get from 20 to 27. All right, so what was your equation? 19 plus, well, who knows, gets you to 27. All right, so then where is your difference in your equation or in your number line? And what is your difference there? It's 8. So you made a jump of 1 because you couldn't make a big jump of 10 to get to 20, and then you added 7 more to get to 27. All right, guys, let's take a peek at these 2 ways again. Just like yesterday, we have some that we're subtracting and some that we're adding. How are they the same and how are they different? They both have 8 as the answer. What else is the same or different? They had to break that number up, didn't they? Whether they were adding or subtracting. When they subtracted, they had to break 19 up into 7, 10, and then 2. And they had to break that 8 up into 1 and 7 to make it easier to add. They could have made all the little tiny jumps, couldn't they? But if we're using an open number line, we're making smaller jumps to help us get there. Okay? How are they different? One's adding, one's subtracting. Okay? Some of you might find that one of these ways is easier, and that's okay. We want to show both of our ways of using this open number line because one might just be a little bit easier for you to solve, but we also want you to see both ways so that you can try them both at some point, all right? Yes, so we can add or we can subtract. When we're doing these, we're having to break these numbers up. With this one, from yesterday, we were breaking 10s and 1s up, weren't we? And we're still breaking our 10 and our 1s up, but we're even having to break those 1s up a little bit more, aren't we? All right, let's take a peek at the next problem and see if we're doing some of the same things. 73, take away 48 equals blank. Go ahead and solve that on your own. Remember, I'm going to be asking you, I want you to be thinking about as you're solving this. Where are you starting? Where are you stopping? How many are you adding, or how many are you taking away? And I always want you to be able to say, here's my number 73, here's my 48, and here's the number I was trying to find. We want to make sure we know where each of those smaller parts are as we are solving these problems, okay? Go ahead and pause me if you need some more time to work, and we're going to go ahead and put this up here because we want to talk about how these two ways are similar and how they're different. All right, guys, let's take a peek at this work today. Okay. Our first one that we're going to be thinking about, ooh, did you add or did you subtract, friend? You added, okay? So where are you starting? 48. And which way are you going to go? That way. And how far are you going to go that way? Do you know? You didn't know at first. Did you know where you were going to stop? So they say, I didn't know how many more I needed to go up, but I knew I needed to stop at 73. So in this friend's work, where is their 48? Where they're starting. Where is their 73? Where they're stopping. So where was your difference, or where was your unknown? In your hops. And so when you were solving this, where were your hops? Okay. Why did you make a jump of 2? Because that got you to 50, all right? 8 and 2 is 50 because 10 is a friend. Yes, just like when we were adding, our 10s are friends when we're subtracting 2. Okay? And what did you do next? Why did you want to add 20? Because 50 and 20 equals 70. And then what did you do? You needed to go 3 more to get to 73. So you started at 48 and you added 2 to get to 50. And then 50 plus 20 to 70. And 70 and 3 to get to 73. So your start, your finish, and where is your difference? And what was your difference total? 25. Where's your 25? 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. And where is that in our equations down here? Yes. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So if your equation is 48 plus 25 equals 73. Did this friend have to break up their ones to make it easier to add? Yep. Do we have to break up our ones over there to make it easier to add or subtract? We did not. Okay, we didn't have to do that. Okay, it was pretty easy to take away or add those ones. So not everybody solved it with addition. Let's go ahead and show how that might look if we were subtracting. All right, kiddo, go ahead and start us off. Where did you start in solving this work? $73. Okay, and what did you do once you were starting at 73? You wanted to take 48 away. Okay, so you're going back to this equation. 73 take away 48 equals blank. Okay, so when you take away 48, what did that look like? All right, so first you took away 3. Why did you take away 3 to start? That 10 is a friend. And then what? Take away 40. And why that big jump of 40? You should take away 48. So you've only taken away 3 ones so far. You take away 4 10s. And what does that help you land on? 30. Okay, and then what do you need to do? You take away some more to get to 48. So you've taken away how much so far? 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. All right, so you're shooting for taking away 48. So how many little jumps did you make? Took away 5 more little jumps. And then where did you land? 25. How did you know you landed on 25? 20, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. So when you started at 73, you took away 48, landed on landed on 25. Same thing there, right? Can we show one other way of thinking? Because somebody else said something and I want to make sure that we show it. Okay? Use my other green to share this. And I'm just going to draw it and I want you all to see, what do you notice about this work? Okay? Starting at 73. All right, what do you notice about this work? Okay, so they took away 3 to start as well to get to that 10. And what did they do? What else did they do? They did 4 jumps of 10. So instead of making that big jump of 40, that might be kind of tricky for us to do, we could take away those 4 groups of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40. So it started 70, that's 60, 50, 40, then 30. And then we're still taking away that 5 more to make that 48. Very similar, right, to this darker green one up here. But as we are getting stuck, or as we're trying to work through some of this subtraction, if taking away a big chunk of 10 or tens is tricky, you can go ahead and take away jumps of 10 by themselves. It might make it a little bit easier to subtract. So as we look at these 2 days, right, yesterday and today, our big difference is what? Yeah, with this one, we're having to break up our ones, right? We're having to make little smaller jumps of ones to make it easier to subtract or to add to subtract. We're having to take away that 7 to make that 10, and then take away 2 more. And same thing here, breaking up that 5 into 3 and 2, or that 8 into 3 and 5. Wouldn't have to do that over here, okay? So what we're doing over here is we're doing something that was very similar to what we were doing with our base 10 blocks. We're having to regroup. We're having to group those numbers in different ways to make them easier to solve. So in our work in the next couple days, we're going to be doing some more of this. Sometimes we're regrouping and sometimes we're not. So we want to pay close attention to that ones place to see, do I need to regroup? Now, over here on this one, we had 7 and 2. I'm not taking away more ones than what I have here, am I? When we have our 98 and our 34, 4 is smaller than 8, right? So I don't have to worry about regrouping that. But then we take a peek at this. 9 is bigger than 7. So I can't just take away a big 9. It's hard to do that. So I'm taking away my 7 and then taking away a couple more. Same thing here. 8 is bigger than 3. So I'm going to have to take away those numbers in smaller ways, taking away a 3 and then doing a couple more, right? So we want to make sure that we're looking carefully at that ones place to see if we're going to need to regroup or not. Now, before I send you off to do your problems at your seat, your exit ticket today is picking out an equation that matches this model, matches this open number line. So take a peek at our open number line here, where I'm starting, where I'm stopping, what I'm taking away, and then you're either going to choose A, B, C, or D. What equation does this model represent? Feel free to pause right here so you can see it a little bit longer. A, B, C, or D? We'll revisit it tomorrow at the beginning of our lesson. All right, guys, head off, do your independent practice and your exit ticket, and I will see you tomorrow.